fan. Welcome to another episode of Good, Bad, and Ugly about real estate. I have a great guest for you, a great friend of mine, Miss Lea Murga.
I love it.
How you doing, Leah?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm recovering from our week out in Monterey. How about yourself?
Wonderful. I'm so glad that I took my red eye back on Thursday because it seems like everybody from this part of the country was delayed 24 to 48 hours. I mean, they were diverted to different airports. So lucky for me, right? I hate taking a red eye, but I'm glad that I took that red eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody sent me a link to an article that said that 1,100 flights were either delayed or canceled due to the weather. It was like lightning thunderstorms.
Oh yeah, they had like I think flash flooding in Atlanta.
Yeah, our buddy Mango, Mondo, he got stuck in Dallas, and he should have landed Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't end up leaving or getting there until Saturday evening. So it was almost a 24-hour period after he was expected to be home to be there. So in case y'all don't know, me and Leah have known each other for over a year now. We're both members of Owners Club, Pace Morby's collective of a whole bunch of investors that are doing great things in the real estate industry, whether it be buying properties, buying businesses, or a mixture thereof. So I felt like y'all needed to meet my great friend Leah, so you can learn from her, see what she brings to the table, and see how you can benefit from working with her. So that being said, Leah, share with us your story, how you got into real estate, and what great things you're doing these days.
Well, thank you, Jose. First of all, I want to thank you for allowing me to be on your show, your podcast. I think you're doing amazing things for our owners club, I should say. So I so appreciate you having me here today. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Lea Murga, and I actually live in Lexington, South Carolina, originally from California by way of Houston. My husband and I moved to Houston and was there probably about 3 years. Husband did not like Houston, so we ended up buying a lake house, which we want to call it a retirement home.
Sure.
We've been here in Lexington, South Carolina, living in Lake Murray for I want to say 3 years now. I have no kids, but I do have a baby, a Labradoodle. Her name is Ella, whom I cherish very much. But I started, let's see, I had a 30-year corporate sales career in the staffing industry, very successful. And I started my real estate journey probably, I want to say, back in January of 2023. So I'm new to the space. Bought my real estate the traditional way, as most of you probably do. But was fortunate enough to find Pace probably, I want to say, going on a year and a half now, 18 months.
Okay.
So that's how I started my journey. But I started my journey as a private money lender, and I had no idea that I could lend my money and make money. And believe it or not, my first deal, I had no idea what I was doing. I was going to meet coffee meeting 5 ladies, total of us. And we were, one of them was running really late. And she was sharing us a story about how she was looking for money because they were getting ready to close on a property the following day. We met on a Thursday and they were closing on a property Friday. And she was looking for $65,000. And of course, she comes walking in, and I'm like totally impressed with this woman. Like, who is this woman? Oh my God, she's all that in a bag of chips. And she's telling us the story. And I'm like, I'm looking at her in the eyes, and I'm like, I have your money for you. And literally within 3 hours of meeting this woman, crazy enough, I'm like, I'm wiring $65,000 to a complete stranger. No contract signed, just by way of having this conversation, and sent it to the closing attorney, and they were able to close their property the following day.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I get home and I'm like, honey, you won't believe what I did. And he's like, what'd you do? And I'm like, I just loaned $65,000 to this complete stranger. But anyways, long story short, I ended up getting my money back plus $5,000 in a matter of 4 to 5 weeks, I believe. So that was my first deal coming into as a real estate investor. Since then, I've probably PML'd about, I don't know, 20 times. And because of that deal, I actually acquired my first 4 properties for a total of 9 doors. They asked me to become partners with them.
Oh,
Now,
nice.
now good and bad. Um, Unfortunately, it took all those properties took nearly a year to rehab, right? And
Mm-hmm.
the good news is we still have them today, and they're all fully rented out. So, but and the partnership is no longer there, but it's all good. Lots of lessons learned, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everything I want to say everything, and I'm not embarrassed to say this, but everything they tell you not to do, I did. And I guess it's all part of the journey. So I've learned I've learned a lot of lessons since then.
I bet. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't be on this journey and not have some hurdles to get over, some hiccups,
Mhm.
and to learn from, which is the whole reason for the purpose of this my podcast. So you mentioned that you were in a partnership. Are you comfortable elaborating on like what's the status now? Do you own them by yourself
Yeah.
now, or did you guys dissolve?
Great question. So we still are partners. There's actually 3 of us,
Okay.
too many partners, and then most people know as sweat equity, right?
Mhm.
We're still partners. We still have our LLC together, and but we're no longer buying properties together.
Gotcha.
And that's now, maybe in the future we'll partner up again. But for now, we're no longer doing deals together, even though we're still partners. And we'll probably have those properties. I mean, I can't pull the money out. I'm still in the negatives, if you want to call it that.
Sure.
Probably hold on to it another 2 years before we dissolve or sell the properties.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that's
So you said you're private money lending, and I can
Mhm.
only hope that you would say you wouldn't do it again by wiring somebody money
No.
without
Oh, my God. Of
saying
course not.
permission.
No, that was the one and only time, of course.
Right.
You take a lot of courses, you take a lot of the semesters, the safety semesters and all that. I will say though, come with that most recently, and I actually still do PMLs,
Okay.
but very, very intent or I'm deliberate in terms of who I loan my money out to.
Sure. I feel it.
And I'm only loaning now to people that I know very, very closely. And as far as PMP goes, for those of you who don't know what PMP is, private money lender or private money partner. Um, so I have probably done about 6 of those, I want to say. And
Right.
the most recent one that I did, I also, um, you vet, what is it? Trust but verify.
There you go.
And I didn't verify, and unfortunately, that resulted in me losing a good chunk of money. I lost $77,000 on that deal.
Wow.
But I wasn't the only one. And I don't know that this person is still with the community. I have not seen this person around. We have at least, I want to say at least a dozen women. We believe this person targeted women. And I ended up walking away from that partnership. It just wasn't worth it for me. I could have acquired the property, owned the property, but it was going to cost me an additional $30,000 to acquire
Okay.
that property, and I
Offer.
wasn't willing to do that. Yeah, lots
That's
of battle wounds, huh?
yeah. Well, I mean, I share those with you. I can't. I don't want to get into it because this is about you, not me. But let's just say that I have lost my share of funds in my investing career
Hmm.
And I'm just grateful that I'm still standing and
No
able to
kidding.
moving forward. So, um, I'm hoping that through this podcast, people say, "Oh, maybe I'd like to become a private money lender or a private money partner."
Hmm.
What are some of the things that if somebody was interested in, maybe they have a 401k or maybe they have a self-directed IRA, what would some of the advice you would give to somebody who would be considering becoming a private money lender?
Well, like I said, I would trust but verify.
Hmm.
I also, you need to make sure you underwrite it. And if you don't know how to underwrite, you might want to hook up with somebody or partner with somebody who does the underwriting. I think it's very, very important because, I mean, let's face it, you may be making, what do they make in the 401ks? I've not had a 401k in so long. But what, 6%?
Maybe.
And you want to make sure that, if that, right, you
Yeah.
want to make sure that you're covering your bases in terms of the returns. But for me, I think the most important advice I could give if you're using your 401k is making sure that you underwrite any deal that you partner or get yourself involved in. You want to make sure that it's underwritten properly.
Great advice. So, what tools do you use now to protect yourself? You said, you would never do that again, just wiring money without. So, what are some of the documents that you have people sign or have recorded to protect your money now?
I mean, this is probably going above and beyond, but I always, oh, and again, this is me, right? I'm very, very trusting, and I didn't do references. I never asked for HUDs. Everything that I didn't ask for, I would definitely do now, and it might be a little overkill. But you know what? If you don't want to give me those documents, then I'm not going to do business with you.
Sure.
But again, I'm not, like I said, I am no longer lending to people that I do not know. I
Right.
am lending to people that I know that have a track record. Like I have this lady, a couple of ladies in Southern California. One is a very high end fix and flipper, and I have loaned to her numerous times, and I don't even check her references anymore. It's just like clockwork, right?
Right.
But I'm no longer focused in private money lending or as a private money partner. Now I'm actually doing fix and flips, and I have two partners here in South Carolina. They're not part of our community, but I did meet them at the Women's Real Estate Investment Network, REIN, which I believe a lot of us from REIN have now come over to sub two, and
Yep.
a number of them are also in Owners Club. And that partnership I've had now for 7 months, and we are now in our seventh flip. And it's been an amazing journey. I mean, we've sold two properties. One is on the market now for the third week. There's a little bit of slowdown in the market,
Right.
but it's all good. And a lot of it too is not only do we have a great partnership, we each know what our responsibilities are. My responsibility in that partnership is to find the money. So I capital raise for our fix and flips. One is the acquisitions, and the other one is our project manager, and she also has a relationship with a contractor, and we have an amazing contractor. Makes a world of difference, right? And
Absolutely.
each one of our flips, I can honestly say, are almost like full gut jobs, and our contractor has literally finished or completed those jobs like in a matter of 4 months. In fact, the last one that's on the market right now, I want to say what was completed and just shy of 4 months. So amazing.
That's a great turn. Awesome.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
So we know each other. One thing, you went from PML to fix and flips, and now you've kind of diversified yourself as a business acquisitioner because you are now part of
yes,
a team.
I am.
Can you share a little bit about what you
Sure,
do?
absolutely. So let me go back. So as far as the fix and flip, that is actually I want to call my today money. And for those of you who don't know me, when I left my job, I literally left a career that I made a lot of money. I was a top producer in that as in corporate America. And literally, I have not made, not even close to making the money that I made. So it's all part of a journey, right? So fix and flip is my today money. I'm hoping to find other avenues to make up the money that I lost or walked away from.
Right.
I am now part of a business acquisition team. That's Boston Home Service. There's currently 4 of us there. There's Colin Yep, Kyle Huber, and Benjamin Huang. And then I'm also owners at Ownership Code, which is the acquisition side of our business. Benjamin Huang is main partner in that. You also have Heather Grizzard. And then we have Whitney Parkhill, myself, and then we added Mary Kraus. I'm hoping that I pronounced her name correctly. But yeah, so we're currently right now focused on acquiring laundromats. So we have right now. We currently have two laundromats under our portfolio, and unfortunately, we were getting ready to make an offer on a laundromat the day after Father's Day. This month. Is it? We're still in June. Yeah, this month. And over the weekend, Father's Day weekend, the laundromat caught on fire.
Yeah, I heard.
And so now it's in the insurance's hands. And unfortunately, our partner not business, but Benjamin Huang also had to leave right after Owners Club, our retreat, and head to Taiwan for a family emergency, and will be gone about a month and a half. So we'll continue. Our next acquisition probably will not likely take place until September, mid to late September. And I'll start raising. My role in that partnership is to raise capital.
Which I'd like to help you do with this podcast. So I bring that up for you, the audience, because what Leah and her team does is it gives people like yourselves the opportunity to invest in laundromats. You become a percentage partner. They have a fund that you can invest in if you want to become part owners of them. They do all the management. You just basically get to reap the benefits of their experience and their tenacity of acquiring more and more laundromats, because you get into the fund and the fund owns them all. So as they get more, you just make more money on your investment. So if you're making money and you like it, you just keep throwing money in there and you
That's
get
all
more.
passive.
There you go. So do you want to kind of share them how if they were interested in getting into the fund, how they could do that?
Yeah, so the last race that we did, our second laundromat, we actually went through fractional. We actually didn't start in fractional, but we went on board with fractional. And I think our raise, we ended up over raising in less than 2 weeks, I think a week and a half. We were able to raise $368,000 to acquire that second laundromat. We also started a $3 million laundromat club, which has now been put on hold, and will likely do that in 3 phases, $1 million in increments. But yeah, we're not going to do that, and probably not until mid-August. I'll start raising that. Now we may pivot. I'm not sure if we're still going to go through fractional. We're still, looking at other options, right? But yeah.
Awesome. So if somebody wanted to reach out to you and say, hey, I like this girl. Excuse me, not girl, this woman. Apologize. And they wanted to either get more information about the fund or see if they could help you with your fix and flips, or maybe just follow your journey on your Instagram or your Facebook, how can they get in touch with you?
They can reach me through Leah at leamurga.com. That's Lea at leamurga.com. Or they can follow me on Instagram or direct message me there. My handle on Instagram is Leah_Murga. That's MURGA_Etter. E as in Echo, D as in David, ER. That's Lea Murga Etter.
Awesome. Well, Leah, thank you so much for your time today. I greatly appreciate you sharing your journey, sharing what you do, sharing what you have.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully that this brings a lot of people to you as far as maybe investing in the Laundromat Fund. To the audience, I hope you got great value out of this. Again, take action. Reach out to Leah, see how she can help you make that money double and triple and 3 times it. And until the next time, we'll see you on the next one.
Thanks, Jose. I appreciate it.